the idea of drilling big drill is way more than what people think it is. He wants to use this to pay down our national debt as well. He told me that to my face. And what he realizes is that this is the last industry that we have in this country that can have exponential growth. We have Silicon Valley in the West. We have Wall Street in New York. And then we have the energy corridor and all of the natural resources we have right here at our feet to ensure the future for our country. And we ensure that we drill not just to power us, but to power the entire world. And that's what it's done.
Right, and Congressman, to bring things full circle here, obviously, a lot of this stuff can be done through the administration, but you guys in Congress are going to play a major role in helping achieve the Trump agenda. So can you talk to us a little bit about what you guys are preparing to do on that?
Someone took out the poll.
Yeah, so basically what we're going to do is on day one, the biggest priority that we have is tax cut and drive out. That's the biggest thing that we have because it expires in not next year, but the following year. So we have to get that done. And the President Trump has no tax on theft. We made his mandate on no tax on Social Security. These are all things that we have got to get done to make sure that the America First agenda pushed through. And that's why we have the majority. And by the way, it's a very slim majority, but nevertheless, it's a majority we have because of President Trump's demonstrative victory. So we get Congress, and just like the Senate, we've got to make sure that we put his policies on the floor, get them passed through, especially in the next few years with limited terms, because that's the mandate that's been given us by the American people.
Yeah, couldn't agree more. Congressman Wesley Hunt from the great state of Texas, sir. Really want to thank you for joining us here on Breitbart News Daily. Where can people go to learn more about you and get involved if they so choose?
WesleyProtections.com, and that's on my handle too, Wesley.tx.
All right, thank you, Congressman. We'll get you back again real soon. Again, folks, Breitbart News Daily here on Sirius XM 125, the Patriot Channel. I'm Matt Boyle, our Washington Bureau Chief. We're broadcasting live today from St. Augustine, Florida. I'm in today for Mike Slater. The number here, 866-95-PATRIOT, 866-957-2874, Sirius XM 125, the Patriot Channel. We'll take a quick commercial break. When we return, we're going to do your calls for the rest of the show. We'll be right back here on Sirius XM 125, the Patriot Channel, after this.
This is David Webb. You can call me daily at 866-957-2874 or catch me on X, Instagram, and Truth at David Webb Show.
Listen live weekdays at 9 a.m. East on Sirius XM Patriot.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm. An important message about your timeshare from Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group.
If you receive an unsolicited phone call or mail piece to discuss selling, renting, or especially canceling your timeshare, don't fall for it. Contact your timeshare resort or Wesley Financial Group for assistance, and I'll send you our timeshare exit information kit free with the straight facts about timeshare cancellation.
Call 800-978-1515. 800-978-1515.
Don't let cold season make you miserable. Try the quick drug-free solution for nasal congestion, Navage. Navage uses gentle suction to flush out your sinuses with refreshing saline, helping you breathe easier, sleep better, and feel healthier all winter long. And here's even better news. Navage is now available at select warehouse clubs in a great new value pack. It's everything you need to start breathing better fast. Check out Navage at your local retailer today.
Do you have a life insurance policy of $100,000 or more that you don't need? Well, don't lapse or surrender your policy. You might be sitting on a gold mine. That's right. You may be able to sell all or part of your life insurance policy to Coventry for cash, or a combination of cash and coverage with no future premiums, even a term policy. Call Coventry Direct at 800-465-7600 or visit CoventryDirect.com to find out if you're sitting on a gold mine. That's 800-465-7600. For over 25 years, we've helped thousands of people sell their policies, and we can probably help you too. Call us today at 800-465-7600 or visit CoventryDirect.com to find out if you're sitting on a gold mine. That's 800-465-7600. Call now.
Deborah's closet didn't feel like Deborah. It felt more like a Vanessa, or even a mom, until She worked with California Closets. Now her clothes are organized, sneaker collection and jewelry displayed. Now her closet screams Deborah. The hidden ironing board is a mom thing, but she is a mom, so. California Closets. We did it for Deborah, and we can do it for you because we know you differently. Schedule your free design consultation now at 800 Cal Closets or CaliforniaClosets.com.
Human dignity, secure borders. We are SiriusXM Patriot.
Channel 125.
Conservative principles live here. SiriusXM Patriot presents Breitbart News Daily with your host, Mike Slater.
And again, folks, Breitbart News Daily here on SiriusXM 125, the Patriot Channel. I'm Matt Boyle, our Washington Bureau Chief, in today for Mike Slater. The number here, 866-95-PATRIOT, 866-957-2874, SiriusXM 125, the Patriot Channel. Let's go right back to our caller lines now. Let's start with Patrick in New Jersey on line 1. Patrick, you're on Breitbart News Daily. How can we help you today?
Hey, good morning, Matt. Happy holidays. Have a good circuit, I hope. Coming up good. Can you hear me?
I hope so. I can hear you just fine. Yep, you're on the air.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Okay, with everything that's been said, I really appreciate it for us now, we the people, to finally see justice. Because I know there's a lot of bad things that happened and a lot of things that came to light. There should be no passes given. None whatsoever. As a matter of fact, put it on pay-per-view. If it'll all be military tribunals, they'll go to court on Monday and they can swing by Friday. There's no second guessing it. We need to see justice.
Yeah, there needs to be accountability for this, and guess what? Unless there is, then it will continue to happen. Now, I'm not saying what we don't need to do is we don't need to go do what they did to us, right? Where we weaponize things, etc. No, we just need to hold the people that did things that are wrong accountable, right? Like, and there's plenty of them, right? Like, we don't have to invent anything, right? Like, all we have to do is follow the truth, follow the money, follow the facts. We do that, it's going to lead to a plethora of things that we can go after. We don't need to invent things like they did. It's that simple.
Absolutely.
So,
as a matter of fact, the facts are already there. The evidence is already there. They videotaped themselves. It couldn't get any worse than that.
Yeah, there needs to be accountability. There has to be. There has to be. There just has to be. Because guess what? If there isn't, then the cycle's going to continue. So there has to be some accountability across the board. It has to be real. It has to be a message sent that you can't get away with this nonsense anymore. And then once we do that, then we can get on with the business of, negotiating and hashing out things where we agree on and, debating respectfully where we don't. Right? But until then, the Democrats need to understand that this was unacceptable. This was uncool. Not just that it was uncool, that in many cases it was illegal. All right? And so the fact of the matter is that there has to be consequences, otherwise they'll continue to do it.
Absolutely. Well, you can take that idea down for pay-per-view to Florida if you want. Have that little cross-lunch discussion.
Seems like something that they might want to do, right? Trump loves big shows. We'll put it that way. So, all right, thank you, Patrick, for the call. All right, let's go to Doug in Ohio on line 5. Doug in Ohio, you're on Breitbart News Daily. How can we help you today?
Good morning and happy Thanksgiving. You made a comment a little bit ago that just about blew my head off my shoulders when you suggested that maybe Donald Trump would pardon Biden's son. There's no way.
Maybe I was being facetious.
Okay, good. Because I've never called before, but when I heard you say that, I thought there is just no way that we do that because of what they've done to Donald Trump. It's been despicable. And I'm behind him 1,000%, and I'm sure everything's going to get better. So I'm glad to hear that you were just messing around because I thought you were serious there for a minute.
No, look, I will say I do think Joe and Jill are going to behave themselves at the inauguration. That much I think is clear because they have to, right? But that being said, beyond that, no. It's like no. Okay. Like no. We've gone through hell for 4 years, guys. We're not doing this, right? No. Come on, right? Now Joe might do it. Joe might do it. Joe might do it on his way out.
That's one thing, and that wouldn't surprise me. That would not surprise me. But no way do we do that. No way.
Yeah, no way.
Okay, thank you.
We're not blowing political... Yeah, you bet, sir. We're not going to blow political capital saving Hunter Biden, guys. Like, come on, right? Like, no. All right. Okay, let's go to Mark in Kansas on line 2. Mark in Kansas, you're on Breitbart News Daily. How can we help you today?
Hey, Matt. How you doing today?
Doing well. How are you?
Hey, not bad. So, I'm a petroleum geologist here in Kansas.
Okay.
And all for Trump, voted for 3 times. And I realize I love the drill baby drill situation, but I think that one thing a lot of the public doesn't realize is it's going to affect the oil industry the other direction.
Okay. Explain that for us.
More oil onto the market. Well, you put more oil into the market, and put it this way. Here, us, especially here in Kansas, because we don't have near as many regulations as places like Colorado, Oklahoma, Texas, off the coast, you name it. We're not as regulated here. Now, that being said, so we always make more money during Democrat presidency because price of oil is always higher. Yeah. Because they try to regulate us out of business, and it just brings the price up. So what my question is, with putting more oil onto the market, it's going to make the price go down, and especially in places like here, the profit margin isn't there. So our profit margin, our break even is around $65 a barrel right now because third-party services have gotten so expensive, especially steel. So I don't know as much about the Texas and that. You've got your horizontal and your big shale plays, but their profit margin isn't much below that either. So I don't know what's going to happen with that. I think, like in 2014, 2015, when price of oil dropped to very little, this place kind of dried up. There wasn't much activity at all. And so I think that's something that people don't think about, how many jobs the oil industry employs. And when the price isn't there to drill, a lot of people go out of work.
Well, this is something I think you will see Trump and his Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent, who's been talking about this. He's been talking about his 3-3-3 plan, and one of the 3s is 3 more million barrels of oil a day. Now, I think that you will see them understand that they're not going to.
It's a half hour. It's about 30 minutes.
They're going to go strong,
drive time.
But they're not going to go too strong that they blow up the oil industry.
Yeah, it's about 30 minutes drive time.
Here's the other thing that I've asked quite a few people, and I have no idea how to read it. So while I think we're going to increase production, I do believe that, well, for one, the SPR releases are going to come to a halt. That's done. So that's going to be less oil on the market. And I do think that he will put sanctions back on Venezuela to where they're not dumping oil onto the market. Same goes for Iran. They're not going to be putting oil on the market. Same goes for a lot of the Russian, natural gas pipeline and any other type of crude production that Russia does. So I don't know how that is going to, the balance of that's going to be. If you understand kind of where I'm getting at right there.
Sure, but also they got to backfill the strategic petroleum reserves to restock it from where Biden raided it, and I think that when you look at on the whole approach, it's not just oil. When Trump says drill baby drill, yeah, he's talking about oil, but he's also talking about natural gas fracking, right? Like he's talking about
natural gas really isn't worth anything anyway, though. Like natural gas isn't really worth anything anyway right now. People who are making natural gas wells, basically they're not looking for it right now because it's not worth anything.
Look, it's a major thing. The Trump administration, I got to leave it there, Mark, because I'm out of time, but the Trump administration is going to have to confront all the things you're talking about here, no doubt. Okay, guys, I really want to thank everyone for tuning in today. Remember, we are in a war here. We can win this thing if we actually fight back. Never give up, never surrender, don't back down. Lock and load. Thanks for tuning in, folks, and have a great day.
The
If you are 65 or older, you know this. Inflation is hitting everyone hard right now, especially when it comes to healthcare. Over the last 10 years, healthcare costs have skyrocketed. Look at this, 230%. If you have Medicare Part A, it covers the out-of-pocket expenses of doctors and plans, and it really helps Medishare 65 Plus is designed to fill in those gaps and protect you. Rising healthcare costs, only $99 per month up to age 75. You get peace of mind, a price to care for. The Medishare is trusted too. It's been around 30 years. It's not some big impersonal thing. It's a community of people helping each other, business owners, pastors, retirees. People love it. Medishare 65 Plus just makes sense. To learn more, give them a call. They're great to talk to. They're often to pray with you each time.
James Madison pick him up.
James Madison? Sir, do you know James Madison?
301.
She can't pick him up. She's going to have a James Madison to come pick him up. He's coming right over. As soon as he looks in the car, he's going Have a good day, sir. Have a good day, sir.
I'm gonna have James Madison pick him up.
James Madison? Sir, do you know
Yeah,
James Madison?
301.
She can't pick him up. She's going to have a James Madison to come and pick him up. Yeah, but he's coming right away to pick him up. As soon as he gets to the car, he's going to
It's Gustavo. It's that.
Son of a bitch! Hold on! Get out of my way, kid! What? Wait a minute, all right? Let him talk! Let him talk. I am done listening to this asshole talk. Now get out of my way! If you kill him, you're gonna have to kill me.
Whatever differences you and I have, we'll keep. Right now, we've got bigger fish to fry.
bigger fish.
Video cameras.
Gus kept cameras on us in the lab, in the laundry. God only knows where else. And of course, when I say us, I'm including you. Mike, it's all on tape somewhere, or a hard drive. Where? Where did he keep it?
The laptop in his office.
What?
He's got a bag. It's the universal symbol.
It's Gustavo.
What went into your decision to come to Detroit?
It was a stressful process. It was a stressful but a blessing process. Going that it's probably the most money that I'll ever up to this point. I was actually on a plane coming back from the Dominican Republic with my dogs. I had took them on a trip to be distracted from the time of me going to free agency, knowing that I was right around the corner. Got on the plane, bro, and get calls from my agent like, yo, what's going on? Boom, 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 boom. Because we already had kind of where we wanted to be at. The goal and the plan was to try to get 8 to 10 a year. Just how the market was going, and the market depleted fairly. Then it came down to Chicago and Detroit. You could just tell Detroit wanted me to be here in Detroit more than Chicago did. And I get it, I understand it was a business, but to feel wanted in the place, then coming into a great situation, I knew a decision for me, and I'm happy to be here. Still miss my guys in Chicago, but I love where I'm at right now.
What went into your decision to come to Detroit?
After hearing Tony's jokes at the Trump rally, Donald is now wishing he would have been shot in his other ear too. Tony asked the Trump campaign if he could ever work with them again. They said, yeah, we'll contact you using this special beeper. I asked Tony if he was worried about being chased by the Puerto Ricans, and he said, "No, I bought a jet ski." What did you mean by that, Tony?
The other ear joke is perhaps the funniest take I've heard, and I have, believe it or not, I've read about 75,000 other people jokes about me in the past 24 hours, so that's very good that you immediately rose to number one.
Yeah, how are you doing?
I'm good.
Okay. After hearing Tony's jokes at the Trump...
Guy.
Irish sea moss has been all the rage in the last 5 years because folks started discovering it. It took the country and the world by storm because of the incredible effects it has. It's probably the greatest superfood out there, full of organic-based iodine, and a whole bunch of vitamins and minerals. And we've got the gummies and the capsules now in stock at thealexjonesstore.com that are some of the strongest and best out there. Up to 55% off when you get 3 bottles, over 40% off when you get 2 bottles, 40% off when you get 1 bottle, and it's in stock right now. Ultimate Sea Moss at our great sponsor, thealexjonesstore.com. And while you're there, check out the hundreds of designs of Patriot t-shirts, ball caps, and hoodies. And regardless of what happens to InfoWars here in the next 28 days, ladies and gentlemen, your support of our sponsor will make sure I am able to stay on air. So please take action now at thealexjonesstore.com. Get the Ultimate Sea Moss gummies and capsules, as well as other amazing supplements and Patriot apparel. God bless you. Now, thanks for the support.
You're watching The American Journal with your host, Maria Z. Watch it live right now at fan.video.
Good morning, everyone. It is wonderful to be back here with you all at a time where every single weapon possible has come up against InfoWars, and yet it's still standing strong. I can tell you it was absolutely magnificent walking into these studios this morning, knowing that a victory thus far has been achieved, and InfoWars is still fighting against this gross assault on this operation, which is one of the most, if not the most important in the world. I'm going to just thank everyone for their ongoing support of InfoWars. I ask you to keep supporting this magnificent team of people that care about your freedom and the future of humanity.
Morning,
Now,
Dixie.
everyone's kind of preparing for Thanksgiving.
How we doing, buddy?
And I'm obviously, you know, I'm very excited. I'm going to experience my first Thanksgiving in America since I've been here, and it's really amazing watching the people of America still respecting the tradition.
All right, all I did was drive yesterday. I'll do a desktop. I didn't do a desktop yesterday. It's too busy.
Trying to erase
No need to apologize.
their country great, everything that instills patriotism
All appreciate it anyway.
Anything that makes their people proud of being who they are, and that is part of the demoralization of the New World Order, the tactic to make you not love your country.
Yeah, I
not
slept
be a
in
patriot,
myself.
Submit, be demoralized, and eventually submit to being a one world citizen, hating your country so much that you don't want to fight for it anymore. And unfortunately, they haven't been successful. Unfortunately for them, I should say. They haven't been successful in this. What it's actually done is sparked more patriotism in people across the world. It's sparked more passion for country. More people demanding these leaders who do not actually represent their countries be gone. And that certainly happened in the UK as well as Germany. The Socialist Party essentially fell, and then they were calling for snapping elections, and the government said, "Oh,
somewhat.
We can't do it."
But you know me, I just roll with the punches. We're about the things I can't control. Fuck this thing.
We've run out of paper for the ballots. And one of the top paper suppliers in the country said, "No, Germany's very efficient. We've got plenty of paper. Don't you worry." And a similar thing is happening in the UK now.
What are you doing, dude?
Demanding 2 million
go.
signatures received for a petition for a re-election. Keir Starmer is one of the most hated people on earth, two-tier Keir. We're going to have a journalist from the UK joining us in the next hour to talk about that and talk about how he can just simply, how Keir Starmer can simply ignore. I mean, you talk about petitions, usually they get maybe 10,000 signatures. In Australia recently, there's been, there was a huge victory in Australia recently, but it looks like
another cat with a fucking ear hematoma, so there's another $500 we're gonna have to put out.
Disinformation bill, and I've spoken about this when I've been on InfoWars in the past.
Somehow these cats keep getting ear mites, even though we're treating them for it. They don't go outside. Only the dogs go outside. They don't have any problem. Fucking 2 of our cats keep getting them. Now he's gonna have to go get it drained. Yeah. Why? They don't have no turn on red in Iowa? That's an Ohio plate. It's got an Ohio plate.
To this legislation, when you get, sorry, it wasn't the petition. These were the actual submissions that people made in response to this legislation. People took the time to write the entire submissions opposing.
Now he's doing 5 under the speed limit just to be a dick.
You're talking about the political atmosphere in every single country.
Well, I made the light.
More politically involved, and this is why these tyrants want to bring
one behind me went through too.
to make sure that we can no longer voice our disdain for their pathetic attempt at governance.
What are we doing?
And Keir Starmer's another perfect example of that. You have over 2 million signatures signing a petition demanding that this man is gone. I mean, that is a significant portion of your country that is showing that they do not want you in a position of leadership anymore. And so the trend is really the same everywhere. We had Macron in France after his re-election. yesterday, and people are saying, in response to what's happening in Australia, and people are saying,
So now he's out there in the intersection.
I want to be able to go to work, make money, provide for my family, feed them good food that isn't poisoning them, make decisions about, medical decisions, and be a contributing member to society in the best possible way. And to be
I actually had Tony Pacos yesterday, man. It's funny you say that. I had one of their famous dogs, sauce and cheese, and then I had some fried pickles. Alex Rosen style, fried pickles. They have their own grab lunch. I'm not getting lunch around here today.
They couldn't get this mis and disinformation bill through, where the government gets to decide what is true, what is not. They wanted to exempt the mainstream media from the mis and disinformation laws, from the investigations that happen if a platform's caught to be allowing misinformation, which of course are just weaponized terms for anything the government doesn't like. And I was so glad to hear Donald Trump address this recently and say he's going after the censorship industrial complex, especially.
Alrighty. We're trying to get set up as fast as possible. Another busy day ahead of me. Gotta do payroll and shit for Monroe. But got my favorite shirt on. Be nice and cozy warm today, since it's so cool. I'll see you guys in a bit. Peace.